Hello everybody and welcome back to my survival world. We are first time logging on in the world after finishing the Burj Khalifa and uploading our 3-year tribute video. So for those of you who have checked that out, hopefully you enjoyed that. But now we are into new things, new beginnings, and some big ideas coming up. So first thing that we're going to be doing today, like we've done over the past few years, is building our yearly anniversary tribute. So as you can see, we have one for the year 1, and then we did one for year 2, and right now we already started on the 3-year anniversary balloon here. So I kind of make like a little hot air balloon with the numbers on it and, you know, different colors. I guess every year it's been a kind of a tradition here, so that's what we're working on first off. But we have some big ideas for the new project coming up that is going to be based in the water. And it's going to be kind of like behind the Burj Khalifa. You'll probably see it in a little bit. Yeah, so as far as the new project goes, it's kind of difficult to explain. For those of you who know, like you know, Fortnite and all that, they have had like the rifts, you know, the rifts that crack in the sky and things kind of come through them. It's going to kind of be taking inspiration from that a little bit, in that there's going to be some sort of portal in the sky that things can come out of, and it's going to be like a opened a portal in my world, and they're like building they're like constructing their own little base in my world, but all their energy and everything comes through the portal. And I know right now it might be like, what is he talking about? But it will get there. It's so interesting that my cat had to interfere, but but yeah, that's what it's gonna be like. That's what it's gonna be like. So alright, so like the previous hot air balloons, we always put the number of the year that it is representing. So as we can see on this side, we're gonna put a number 3 here for 3 years, and this is actually the final number 3, so we can kind of get a glimpse at what we're looking like. And I think this will be a very nice addition. Okay. Yeah, the number 3 balloon is a bit larger than I expected, but I think it looks nice, to be honest with you. Alright, so it is time where we need to build another farm. So today we're going to be building a squid farm, and this is going to be designed by Silent Whisper on YouTube. The reason we need a squid farm is because my new build is planning to use a lot of dark prismarine. And if you look at the recipe for dark prismarine, I do have the guardian farm, so that will take care of that bit. But if you look at the dark prismarine recipe, you can see that it's 1 black dye per block of dark prismarine, which is extremely expensive. So that is why I need to build a squid farm so I can get enough black dye. Because I think you can either go the squid farm route or you can go the wither rose route, but I don't really want to mess around with the wither rose route. So as you can see, we got our resources here, and essentially from my understanding, all the farm is like 2 big tanks of water that are, you know, away from any other spawning areas, with magma blocks that just pull them down and, you know, kill everybody. And then we got the hopper minecarts going back and forth. So okay, so I built a little structure out in the middle of the ocean, kind of by the creeper farm. So my base is like off in the distance that way, but I've been having quite a nightmare trying to do this because we need to chunk align these chunks. On Minecraft Bedrock, there's no real easy way to chunk align like Java Edition where you can turn on those lines. So I've been having to use chunk base, and this is extremely confusing to me. But this squid farm is now fully finished. It is now the next day as well. And this is quite a long process to get this thing built up, because the tutorial actually, the materials list was only for half the farm, so I had to do double that. But I've been running it for a little bit, and this squid farm is working absolutely perfectly. As we can see on this side, we got just over a shulker box worth in that chest, and a shulker box over here. And then over here we have, I believe it should be the same, yeah, another 2 shulker boxes worth. So we have plenty of ink now, and I think I actually have even more that I've stocked up in shulker boxes already. The squid farm is all done and dusted, so we're going to start planning the new build. I'm going to kind of just try and get some outlines going, and we'll go from there. Alright, so here's what we're going to start with for the new build project. Obviously, this is the area we're going to be building in this little ocean here, behind the Burj Khalifa and next to the Super Mario Galaxy project. And what we're going to be starting off with, there's going to be a giant circle, kind of ring, that is kind of outlining space, kind of. All right, so here is the circle kind of layout. Obviously, we don't have the circle in yet because that's going to take a while, but I am planning on doing a circle with a radius of 128 blocks. So we got one center block and then 128 going out to the edge there. And we're going to start with a ring, as we can see, and then we might put like a smaller ring inside to kind of create like a bridge or like a walkway that goes around, and that might be the foundation of the walls there. It's now going to be the laborious process of actually doing the circle. It takes quite a long time. Just the last little bit going in here. As we can see, this will finish off our 257 block diameter circle. So let's go ahead and have a look and see what this is looking like. It looks like a circle, so I think that's a good start. It's a good start to the circle, and I do think that it takes up a good amount of area of the ocean, so I don't think that it's like, you know, too small or whatever. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna build a circle that's kind of inscribed in this. I don't know if that's the right word, but a slightly smaller circle so that there's kind of like a thickness to the entire pathway. And now after the little bit here, we have finally created our inner circle. This kind of platform is going to be for the village. That is the kind of the colonization from this other light form coming through the... So as you can see, we got a little inner circle here. This one is a 225 diameter, or the large one is a 257 diameter. Probably going to be some sort of wall, maybe. Inside here will be all the village buildings, and then up in the sky will be the big diamond that is powering the village. So I think what I'm going to try and do now is try and lay out some outlines for the diamond. Now the diamond is kind of going to look like the... I guess the easiest way to describe it is like the Sims diamond, that, you know, the little green one. It's going to kind of look like that, I guess, as far as the basic shape. So I'm going to try and map that out. I don't want to go all the way to height limit because I want to leave some room for the portal and maybe like some funneling or stuff like that. And then I also don't want to go to all the way to the ground because it needs some like space in there and stuff like that. So, okay, after a few variations here, here is our outline for the diamond here. So basically, now that I actually have a couple sketches out in place, I can kind of explain better what's going on. So obviously there's going to be a portal in the sky. I don't know how large that's going to be or what shape that's going to be, but there's going to be a portal in the sky, and it's funneling elixir into this diamond kind of converter, essentially. So it's funneling elixir from this otherworldly place. That's the lore, okay? I'm telling you the lore. But yeah, so it's funneling it in, and it goes into this diamond bit, which is like the conversion something something, and then it'll go out the diamond, and it'll fuel this entire like village city that is, you know, from a different world. And they're colonizing, setting up shop, and ready to... Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to build another diamond, so we have a cross section here. Alright, so now I just quickly built the other cross section, so hopefully you guys can see this shape that I'm going for. But yeah, this is our kind of our outline of the diamond shape. And something I want to do for this, obviously this will all be solid, and it'll be kind of like a double square pyramid if you look at it like split in the middle. I also want to put some kind of like some separations in it. So there's going to be like a gap in the middle, and then maybe like another gap halfway in between each half, that it will kind of look like a more... I think I'm going to build some horizontal little trims there to kind of line it up and show you the square shape of it. I'm going to make those little slits. Look at this. So these are the little cuts I was talking about, and I think it looks pretty cool. I think this is a nice idea. I don't know if the cuts should be larger. Maybe 2 blocks larger. I put a 5-block gap in them. But it probably should be 2 blocks, because when I do these cuts, I kind of want it to like curve inward on the edges so that they're a little bit softer, if that makes sense. So it's not like such a sharp edge on these cuts. So maybe I'm going to do 2 more blocks on all of these. Alright, so now I'm putting in some of the horizontal planes here, as we can see. So I kind of wanted this entire shape to be kind of like one continuous thing, but have some cuts in it to kind of, I don't know, add a little bit of extra detail, if you will. Okay, so here we are now with the horizontal tracks in. As we can see, we got a little bit of a Skyrim, Sims 2, Sims shape going on here, but this is kind of what I meant by these little cuts in it. So it has these little cuts that kind of, you know, I think it'll add a little bit of extra detail, if you will. But now that I got these diagonal bits in, you can kind of really see what we're going for. But that thing is looking That is looking pretty schmexy, I'm not gonna lie. Alrighty, so with that being said, that's going to be the end of the video. We got a very nice stencil going on here, so next time we're gonna be resuming with filling some of this in and trying to figure out more details on what's going to be happening here. So for those of you who made it to the end of the YouTube video, thank you all for watching, and feel free to let me know any comments, critiques, concerns in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time, okay? Bye bye.